Welcome to my kitchen. I'm Judith. Today we're doing a relatively simple dinner. That is, if you've already made your preparations. I have pierogies that I made in high freeze. I have sauerkraut that I have made and canned. And we have some beautiful pork chops. So we're going to have pork chops with sauerkraut, pierogies with sour cream, bacon, and onions. It's going to be wonderful. So the first thing we have to do is get some bacon cooking. Got some nice applewood smoked bacon. Put as much as I can fit into the pan. And yes, the pan is already warm. I don't like putting bacon into a cold pan. Note it does sear quite quickly and shrink almost immediately. We can push it over, make room for more. You don't want to crowd the pan too much because we do want it to be crispy. So this may take a couple of panfuls. Or even cut or tear a piece or two in half. So we're just letting it cook, moving it around until it's all crispy and wonderful, and then we take it out, drain it on some paper towel. And depending on how many people you have for dinner, so that's 4 slices, that may be enough for 2. But then again, everyone likes bacon. Now that our bacon is pretty much crispified, let's turn that one over. It needs a little bit on that side. The rest can come out. Give that one a couple of seconds more. We're just going to drain the bacon on some paper towel. All crispy. Now we don't want all that fat in the pan. I'm going to grab a large spoon and move some of that fat into a dish and save it for later. There we go. We are going to turn the heat down just a little bit because our next step is to fry our onions to golden. Plop them right in the pan there. Now that our onions are a beautiful golden, we are going to take them out of the pan and get ready to cook our pork chops. Before we put our pork chops in the pan, I have a couple of really nice rib chops here. We're going to season them with a little garlic powder, and a tiny bit of fine sea salt. Flip them over. And same treatment on the other side. Then we're going to get our pan nice and hot. Well, hotter than it was that we cooked our onions in, because we want to sear these and then let them cook through. Once we've seasoned our pork chops, got our pan back up to temperature, we put in our reserved bacon fat, and we're going to brown them on both sides. Let them cook through. They're not very thick, so they will cook fairly quickly. And we have our pan of boiling water on the back that we're going to put our pierogies in. And all that remains is to warm up our sauerkraut. So when you turn your pork chops over, because they'll have a fairly good layer of fat, if you haven't turned that off, you probably are going to have to press them down into the pan. Now, if you're trying to do a healthier diet, you want to trim that fat off. But it is a large part of the flavor, so I like to leave it on and trim it as I'm eating, not before cooking. There again, that is a health choice. The leaner your pork, the better for you. Okay, once your pork chops are cooked, and while you're waiting for your pierogies to finish, because we are not going to fry the pierogies, they're going to be boiled pierogies tonight. We're going to put our sauerkraut in the pan with the pork chops. And this is, again, my homemade sauerkraut. And I use juniper berries and caraway seeds in it. And then that's going to warm, and it will be delicious. A fairly simple pork chop dinner. Just fried pork chops with some pierogies, bacon, onions, sauerkraut. You can buy frozen pierogies, but homemade is much superior. You can buy sauerkraut. I tend to prefer my own homemade sauerkraut, which is not that hard to make. You can check my video on how to make sauerkraut. It will be linked at the end here. And the pork chops are simple, just a little bit of seasoning and fried. I hope you liked the video. Give it a thumbs up. Subscribe. All of it helps me with the YouTube algorithm, so I can grow my channel. I will see you again soon with a new video. Thank you so much for watching.